Welcome to Local SEO in 10. This is your go-to podcast for answers about how you can grow your local business online easily and quickly. Brought to you by local SEO experts Magnified Media in Walnut Creek, California. In each 10-minute episode, our digital marketing expert Adam Duran answers your questions on how you can get more leads for your business fast. Remember, if you're not taking care of this part of your business right now, you can bet your competitors are. And now, here's our host with the questions, Jamie Duran, and our expert with the answers, Adam Duran.
Hello, Adam.
Hey, Jamie.
How are things in the world of local SEO?
Always great.
Always great.
There you go.
That doesn't seem possible, but okay.
It is. It's always great because, it's always getting more and more and more larger and larger and larger. More important, I think more businesses are waking up to the fact that this is basically raising their online presence, their visibility, and their credibility is definitely linked to their profitability. So it's good. It's good. I don't have to bang on people's doors or anything to say, hey, or anything. So
and neither do they.
Yeah, they don't either. Actually, yeah, and they're coming to us to help. So awesome.
Yeah,
awesome.
It's you're definitely changing the dynamic of pulling business to a business, so to a push model where businesses push to them.
Yeah, you can't see me not right now, but I'm doing the Hulk Hogan, the one arm to the sky.
The DAP?
No. I don't even know what that is. All right. Today's topic. Let's get
Google
right
it.
into it.
Yep.
I don't care to. I'm a grumpy old man. Anyway, here we go. Question is, my site is complete. Yay, we got our website up. Our business is awesome, but I'm not ranking. So what do I do? So you have, your 10-page website that you spent whatever on, and now it's not really doing anything for you. You're not getting a lot of traffic to it. It's just not doing what it's supposed to be doing. So what do you do, Jamie?
Well, the first thing I would do is make sure my NAP is in order.
Yes. Definitely. We're going to assume that all of that is in order because if you trusted somebody who doesn't know what they're doing, go back and listen to some podcasts before, and you'll be able to, decide or figure that out more on your own then. So we're going to assume that you have a great website, schema is done correctly, your NAP is in there, all that stuff, all that good stuff. So now once that's done, you have to realize that the only way, besides paying Google, the only way to get people to your site organically is to create more content for them that they find valuable. So the more content that you create that's valuable, the more people are going to be coming to your website, the more your authority is going to grow, the more other websites are going to link to you and your content, etc. So as you do that, that's how you build a website that attracts millions of visitors every month. Okay. So
millions?
Yeah.
That's a little far-fetched.
We definitely have clients in the millions, man. It's pretty cool. And
which one?
Talk to you off the air.
Why? Don't you want people to go to them?
No, they don't.
Why?
I don't have their permission. That's number one. But number
boy.
two,
millions of visits. They don't want more visits.
Oh my.
All right, go ahead.
Anyway, thank you. All right. So now you might be wondering, okay, so I know I need to create some great content, but I have no idea what the heck to, write about or have put on my website or hire somebody to do. So how do we do that? So the first thing you're going to do, you're going to go to your Google listing. So once you do that, you're going to open up that dashboard.
Okay.
And Jamie's kind of playing along with us, I think. So when you open up that dashboard, you're going to click on info. And then when you click on info, you're going to page down to the part that says services. So if you're a service-based business, a lot of times, weirdly, Google will have already pre-populated this section with some common services that are in your category. So say, for example, you're an estate planning attorney. There's going to be a ton of stuff that Google will have just dropped into there. So what Google is screaming at you in your estate planning practice is, hey, you got to be writing about this stuff. These are what Google has determined are the most useful, the most sought after, and the most authority building content that they want to see out of you. So when you do that, for an estate planning attorney, what do you think, Jamie? What's a few of those?
Wills.
Wills. Good.
Number one
Anything
answer. Survey says.
Meh, it's in the top 10. All right.
Living trusts.
Hey, bingo. All right. You got another one. All right. Yes. So no kisses. I'm not that kind of an author. All right. This is not that kind of show. All right. So say, for example, you see asset protection planning up there. All right. Now you're going to take that asset protection planning and you're going to copy that and paste it into a Google search. When you do that, so you can do that right now if you're following along at home, type in asset protection planning and then type in questions, asset protection planning questions.
Oh,
now what you're going to see, there goes Jamie.
What if I do APP?
Nope. I don't know what would show up there. All right. Anyway, what you're going to see is you're going to have a bunch of results, but kind of near the top of the page, you're going to have that people also ask portion. So when you click on any one of those questions, you can just click and then click again on any one of those. You'll see that it opens up, it closes, but it drops down a lot more questions. So these are the top 20, top 10 questions people are asking about asset protection planning. So these are some great questions for you to answer. Something similar, you can change the words around, you can change the wording, but you should definitely, have an article or 2 or 10 about all of these. Once you do that, now you can check that off the list, right? That now you have satisfied basically Google's demands for content about asset protection planning. Make sense?
Yeah,
right.
Definitely.
Now
I'm learning about this now.
One thing you can also do is see how many other, estate planning attorneys in your area, in your city, have written about this topic. So you can go, you can open up another tab and you can put in asset protection planning questions in Walnut Creek.
Okay.
So when you do that, you'll get a bunch of attorney websites.
I'm doing it.
All right.
Walnut Creek, California.
All right.
Look at all those.
Yeah. So you'll see this is every city and there's lawyers everywhere. So anyway, you can see your competitors basically who have already done this, right? So and you'll notice probably if you do a little more research that most likely these are the ones that are in the top results of Google and they're in the top, a lot of times they do show up in the Google 3-pack for this, for these terms. So you could probably take out asset protection planning and keep the word Walnut Creek in there, and you probably come up with a Google 3-pack or maybe even a 1-pack. So where it's only one business, even though it's not just one business that has that. But yeah, you can see that happens, and now you have kind of a little roadmap into what kind of content you need to start producing. Who of your competitors are on top of it? They've already started doing that, and how their articles are laid out, what they are addressing. And now you can go into their pages. You don't even have to do the local ones. You can do the national ones. See how their website or their page about asset protection planning is laid out. If it's a blog article or even a page on their website, both of those things you want to kind of use as guides to creating your content. Now, when you do that, definitely, if you do 10 articles on asset protection planning, wow, that's going to help. Number one, help people. So people are going to be coming to your website more. And the more people that come to your website and stay on that site, the more Google is going to bring to you. So that info panel on your Google listing is super powerful. And if you are an estate planning attorney, you probably have, oh my gosh, like about 40 or 50 of these things that, you can choose which ones you want and then discard the ones that you don't. But this is basically how we recommend that article building start for our clients.
Yep.
Right?
Yeah.
Also, a little kind of pro tip is now that you've done that, you've written some articles about asset planning protection. Guess what? You should make a page on your website about that service and then link it to your service page or include it in your services. So that way it becomes a main service of your site. And then also you on that page, you could link to the article, the blog, or the article that you wrote on that topic. So that way this becomes a foundational page of your website. It becomes one of the major services that you provide. And once again, it kind of reinforces what Google is doing, and it will bring more visitors, more local business to you because of it.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah. And I think a lot of our clients, they struggle. They don't know what to do. So a great way to do those articles would be top 10 lists. Those are the awesome ones. How to, those are great to do those. Any kind of things that you can think about that are answering the questions or questions of people that are looking for your service. That's how you want to structure that article.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Boom. That's it.
Oh, that's it. All right. Well,
the time flew by, didn't it?
Yeah. Now that I'm clicking around and finding all these attorneys that are going to be able to help me in my incapacity. But boy, you can spend a lot of time clicking on all these things. So
yeah. And people do, like I said.
Oh, yeah.
Millions. And a lot of times our clients, they'll start off with 4 visitors a month. And then by the end of whatever 12 months, they're getting 32,000 visitors.
And you charge by the visitor, right?
Sometimes I think like I should, but it's okay. These are all great. It's always nice to see. And I know our clients love it.
All right. Well, that sounds good. We'll wrap it up there. And thank you again for everyone who's listening to this podcast, Local SEO in 10. If you know a business owner that is, has a business, they really need to listen to this podcast because growing their business online makes a lot more sense in addition to growing it offline. So building multiple revenue streams is the key to staying in business for the long term. So make sure to not only share this podcast, but make sure to review it if you can figure out the review system on many of these podcast places.
No kidding.
Give us 5 stars. Thank you. If you know a business owner, just take their phone and just subscribe to the podcast. Show them how to press play so they can listen to the podcast. I do that, it feels like on a daily basis with people.
Accosting random people. Hey, lady.
Starbucks. I'll just grab their phone and
you got to do what you got to do.
That's right. That's how we build up the numbers, one at a time. Nice. But yeah, so those are all great things. If you have a question and you think, hey, I bet they've talked about this already, you can go to the Magnified Media website, magnifiedmedia.net, and then search for, or right at the top says podcasts. And then you can search, there's a teeny tiny magnifying glass that you can look for. Yes. And you click on that, and then you search any kind of topic that you can think of. Chances are we have covered it in a previous podcast. But if not, send us a message, and we will cover it in an upcoming podcast. Boy, do I have a lot of questions now.
Great.
All right. We'll talk to you next week.
That's all for now. Thanks for listening to this episode of Local SEO in 10 with Google local marketing expert Adam Duran. Join us each week for answers to your questions on how to best harness the power of the internet to grow your business. Speaking of questions, got some? Message us through our Facebook page, Local SEO in 10, and we'll be sure to give you your answer on an upcoming episode. This episode of Local SEO in 10 is brought to you by Magnified Media, the leading online marketing agency in Northern California, who invite you to grow your business by magnifying your online visibility and credibility. Visit them on the web at www.magnifiedmedia.com. Magnify your business, magnify your profits.